The whisper behind the door. Emma moved into her new house on a quiet street. It was small, old, and full of shadows. The floor creaked when she walked. The walls were cold, but Emma liked it. She wanted peace and silence. She had just left the big city, too many cars, too much noise. Now she wanted to rest, read books, and start fresh. Her neighbor, Mrs. Finch, was 80 years old and very curious. Strange things happen in that house, she said on the first day. Emma laughed. Like what? Mrs. Finch only smiled and said, You will see. On the third night, Emma heard something. It was late, almost midnight. The house was quiet. She was in bed, reading a book. Then she heard it. Tap, tap, tap. It sounded like soft knocking. She sat up. Is someone at the door? She whispered. She went downstairs and opened the front door. No one was there. The street was dark and empty. She checked the back door. Nothing. She went back to bed. Tap, tap, tap. It was coming from inside the house. The sound came from the small door under the stairs. Emma had noticed this before. It had no handle, no keyhole, just a tiny door, painted white and locked shut. She knelt beside it and listened. Nothing. She knocked once. Silence. She touched the door gently, and it felt warm. Strange, she whispered. She pulled on it, pushed it, even kicked it. It didn't move. Probably just old pipes, she told herself. But that night she dreamed of voices and someone whispering her name. The next morning, Emma found a note on her kitchen table. It was written in black ink on yellow paper. There were only 5 words. Don't open the hidden door. She froze. She hadn't written it. She lived alone. She didn't let anyone in. She ran outside and knocked on Mrs. Finch's door. Did you leave this? Emma asked. Mrs. Finch looked at the note. No, she said, but I warned you. That house doesn't like secrets. What do you mean? Mrs. Finch didn't answer. She just went back inside and locked her door. That night, the whisper came back. Emma! She sat up shaking. Who is there? She called out. No answer. She grabbed a flashlight and went to the little door. This time, she heard it clearly. Please, help. Emma dropped the flashlight. The voice was real. Someone was behind the door. She grabbed a screwdriver and began prying at the edges. The wood was old and the screws were rusty. Finally, after 20 minutes, the door popped open. Inside was only darkness and a staircase going down. Emma had never seen this part of the house. The basement wasn't on the blueprints. The stairs were narrow and steep. The air smelled like dust and secrets. She held the flashlight tight and walked down. The stairs ended in a small room. There was a table, a chair, and a box. She opened the box slowly. Inside were old letters, a necklace, and a photo of a little girl. On the back of the photo, it said, Lena, 1962, she never came back. Emma shivered. Then the door slammed shut upstairs. She was trapped. Emma sat on the floor and read the letters. They were written by a woman named Miriam. Miriam had lived in the house in the 1960s. She wrote about her daughter, Lena. I hear her calling at night. One leader said she disappeared after playing near the stair door. They said it was an accident, but I know someone took her. Emma felt cold. The air around her moved. She looked up and saw a shadow in the corner of the room. Lena, she whispered. A tiny voice replied, "You found me." Emma didn't scream. She sat still. The shadow came closer. It was the shape of a girl, but soft like smoke. "I waited so long," Lena whispered. "What happened to you?" Emma asks. "I was locked in. Forgotten. I couldn't leave." Emma's eyes filled with tears. "I am sorry." "You're the first to listen," said Lena. "Can you help me go home?" Emma nodded. She placed the necklace around the shadow's neck. Lena smiled. Then the light in the room grew warm, and slowly the shadow faded. The next morning, the house was silent. No knocking, no whispering. The door under the stairs was gone. In its place, only a blank wall. Emma sat in her kitchen with a cup of tea. She felt calm for the first time. Later, she walked over to Mrs. Finch. The old woman opened the door and smiled. "You met her, didn't you?" Emma nodded. "She is free now." Mrs. Finch looked at the sky. "It's about time." Emma stayed in the house for many years. No more notes appeared, no more sounds at night, but she kept Lena's photo on the mantel, and sometimes, on cold evenings, she lit a candle by it. Not because she was afraid, but because she remembered, and because some whispers should never be forgotten.